Age of the Prime's Vortex was a figure that I was personally very excited for. Before deciding to go all in on Bruticus, I once saw him at a comic shop near me. My original view of the figure was, he looks alright, but not really worth my money. But then I saw him, and the first thing that came to mind was just, damn! That plastic looks really nice. After deciding to start Bruticus with Brawl, I knew that this was going to be next. So, after having owned this figure for about a month now, did it live up to my expectations? Yeah, pretty much. Vortex is an all-round very basic figure. The articulation is the very definition of standard, and the transformation, while it's very fun, is really nothing crazy. The main thing that this figure does extremely well is just how it looks. It's basically almost a perfect recreation of the Sunbow model, but I honestly think that this figure is improved on that. The G1 model had a very dull shade of grey, with this figure having an almost silvery shade, meaning he just looks like an upgraded version of G1 in my opinion. The head sculpt is also pretty much flawless. The sharp angles mixed with the immaculate paint on the visor and the mouth plate just about makes this head a 10 out of 10. I also really like the shade of blue that they used for the legs and the shoulder joints. It's a kind of sandy blue, which looks almost matted, giving it a very nice contrast with the semi-reflective grey plastic and black shins. The accessories are also very nice. The rotor is not attached out of the box and has several different ways of attaching to the figure, those being the traditional attachment or an attachment that looks reminiscent of Blackout from the 2007 movie. He also comes with 3 guns, 1 big and 2 small. The big gun is modelled after the gun he uses in G1, whilst the smaller ones are modelled after his little arm blasters. All of the guns can be pegged in on either his forearms or his hands. So this review has been very positive so far. This is where some of the negative aspects do come into play. The articulation is the most basic that I have ever seen. He's lacking wrist swivels, but for that has some decently good ranges on the head. They also included a designated ankle joint that moves forwards and backwards ever so slightly. The average posing, combined with the knees being so hauled that it looks like someone scooped them out with an ice cream scoop, does mean that if you don't get him in a good pose, then he can look a little bit weird. If you're good at posing though, you'll have no problem having this figure look dynamic. The transformation is an all-round very simple and very fun process. There is quite a lot of tabs, meaning that this thing is very, very, very secure. But there's not that many steps. Now, do I wish that he maybe had some panels to smooth some things out? I mean, yeah, sure, but I think that this is all round good enough. A fun transformation leading to quite a nice ult mode. Once again, the grey looks spectacular, with the blue now being more on the shiny side. All of the windows have also been painted in black and been bordered by silver. The shaping of the helicopter is also pretty nice. There are some gaps, and the transition going from the main body of the helicopter to the tail is a bit abrupt, with the only smoothing being the head. It's not perfect, but overall I do like the way it looks. The main rotor also spins very well, and the back rotor is fine, I guess. The entire mode feels very nice, with no parts coming undone unless you want them to. All in all, this mode is pretty neat. I'm not really sure that I would recommend this figure to anyone who's not going to complete Bruticus, or anyone who has no particular interest in the character. If you are either of those people though, yeah, this is a really good Vortex figure. It does have a couple flaws, but all of it is mostly balanced out by the good.